Have you ever seriously considered that your own body might be quietly driving you toward a terrifying outcome? I mean, really thought about it? The disturbing truth is, for millions of Americans, the foundation of their freedom, their legs, is crumbling. You feel it in that creeping sense of weakness, the feeling that the strength has been secretly drained right out of your calves and thighs. You wake up in the morning and your feet just don't feel like they belong to you anymore, as if they've been replaced by two heavy, foreign objects that refuse to fully cooperate. This is not a drill. When every walk comes with a paralyzing fear of falling and potentially ending up confined to a wheelchair, when climbing just a few stairs leaves you breathless, heart-hammering, and soaked in cold sweat, understand this. A profound, dangerous deterioration has already begun within your body. Whether you're 70, 80, or 90, the reality is that your internal structure is silently becoming fragile and hollow. Ask yourself, where did that youthful vigor go? Why does that gnawing fear persist that one day you won't even be able to stand on your own 2 feet, forced to depend entirely on others? This fear isn't simply psychological. It's a hard, scientific fact your body is desperately trying to convey. Imagine wanting to chase your grandkids, walk unassisted down the aisle of a church or synagogue, or simply grab a cup of coffee from the kitchen, only to have your legs betray you. This is not simply a sign of getting older. It's the termites eating away at the very structure of your physical life, a problem we've been ignoring. When the bones in your legs become porous and brittle, almost like thin glass from the inside, it is an undeniable signal that your body is critically deficient in vitamin D and calcium. After the age of 50 or 60, the body loses its ability to properly regulate and absorb calcium, causing the skeletal structure to disintegrate like a sandcastle. The medical community calls this osteoporosis, a silent thief that operates unseen but completely destabilizes your body's entire framework. In this state, even a minor stumble can shatter a hip or a vertebra, potentially locking a person into a bed for the remainder of their life. But here's where most people make a colossal error. They immediately begin swallowing calcium pills. Without adequate vitamin D, that calcium often becomes a toxin, not a treatment. It accumulates in soft tissues, leading to serious issues like kidney stones and dangerous buildup in arteries. Vitamin D is a crucial key that unlocks the calcium gate, allowing it to reach and strengthen your bones. This is why a simple 15 minutes of morning sunshine, high-quality whole food sources, and things like cod liver oil are so vital. They don't just boost absorption. They fundamentally rebuild your inner strength. Are you consistently getting your daily dose of sun? If not, you're actively pushing your own bones toward their breaking point. Expanding the DKA connection. The relationship between vitamin D and calcium is complex, but it also intertwines critically with a lesser-known hormone. Optimal vitamin D levels are required for calcium absorption in the gut, but this absorption mechanism is often sabotaged by chronic inflammation, which is endemic in modern life. Specifically, high levels of systemic inflammation, often fueled by poor diet, create an acidic environment that actively leaches minerals out of your bones, regardless of how many pills you take. You are fighting an internal war of attrition. You must reduce inflammatory triggers, like refined sugars and processed oils, to give your bones a fighting chance to retain the minerals they are absorbing. Furthermore, vitamin D, in its active hormonal form, works alongside vitamin A to ensure proper skeletal development and maintenance. Ignoring inflammation means your body treats your skeleton as a mineral bank to buffer blood acidity, guaranteeing continued bone loss. But the story doesn't end with bones. If you experience tingling, numbness, a pins and needle sensation, or sharp electric shock feelings in your feet, this is far more than just tiredness. This is a direct red flag for peripheral neuropathy, a condition frequently driven by a serious deficit of vitamin B12 and magnesium. As we age, the digestive system struggles to absorb these essential nutrients, causing the nerves to become malnourished and the vital communication lines between your brain and your feet to fray or even snap completely. Do you grasp how frightening this can be? When the sensation in your feet is lost, that's when people say, "My legs are there, but I can't feel the ground." You lose a critical awareness of where you are placing your feet. This is a leading cause of accidental falls and permanent disability, especially in dimly lit areas at night. Vitamin B12 deficiency can inflict permanent damage to these nerves. Once nerve tissue dies, it is incredibly difficult, often impossible, to revive. This isn't just a leg problem. It's a crisis for your overall quality of life. The protective insulation around your nerves, called a myelin sheath, begins to degrade without this vital nutrient, leading to the short-circuiting of signals, which causes poor balance and drastically impairs your ability to walk with confidence. To combat this dangerous neuropathy, integrating nutrient-dense foods like dairy, fatty fish, and lean meats into your daily routine is absolutely non-negotiable for nerve survival. The overlooked B12 barrier. The true danger of B12 deficiency lies not just in intake, but in absorption. To absorb B12, your stomach must produce intrinsic factor, a protein that often declines sharply due to age, chronic antacid use, or autoimmune conditions. So, simply eating more B12-rich foods may not be enough. If you suffer from chronic numbness, you may need a readily absorbable form, such as methylcobalamin or even B12 injections, to bypass the compromised digestive process and directly nourish those starving nerves. Every day you delay addressing this core deficit, the nerve damage progresses, making your recovery steeper and your eventual stability more precarious. The loss of feeling in your feet is your body's final, desperate warning before neurological collapse. Now, for a truly crucial warning that almost everyone overlooks. If you think simply taking vitamin D and calcium supplements will fix everything, you might be living under a dangerous misconception. This is the single biggest secret in bone health that most people fail to understand. Calcium can never reach your bones without a substance called vitamin K2. Without K2 acting as the body's tough traffic controller, the circulating calcium has nowhere to go but to harden your major arteries and deposit in your kidneys, causing kidney stones, dangerous blockages, and raising your risk for a catastrophic heart attack. K2, the ultimate life director. Vitamin K2, specifically the -7-Malawian-Quatches form, activates two crucial proteins. Osteocalcin, which pulls calcium into bone matrix, and matrix GLA protein MGP, which prevents calcium from depositing in soft tissues like arteries and cartilage. This is the biochemical mechanism that dictates whether the calcium you consume becomes a life-saving bone builder or a deadly arterial hazard. You cannot safely take high doses of vitamin D and calcium without adequate K2. If you're already concerned about heart health or brittle bones, you must immediately seek out sources like fermented soy, natto is the highest source, or quality supplements containing the highly bioavailable -7-Malawian-Quatches form of K2. This isn't just bone health, it's vascular survival. It grabs the calcium floating in your bloodstream and directs it precisely where it needs to go, into your bones to increase density. When K2 is lacking, your bones weaken day by day and your blood vessels become stiff and calcified, dramatically escalating the risk of a cardiac event. Therefore, incorporating leafy green vegetables, fermented foods like plain yogurt or buttermilk, and certain organ meats into your diet is no longer an optional choice. It's the difference between protecting your life and inviting disaster. Have you noticed your muscles getting smaller, as if your strength is slowly being run out of you? Does your skin feel looser, and is there an aching, unbearable pain in your calves that keeps you up at night? This condition is called sarcopenia, and it's not merely a normal part aging. It's a clear indication of a severe, dangerous protein deficit in your body. As years pass, muscle density declines, and the body can't utilize protein efficiently, placing excessive strain on your joints and skeleton. If you fail to consume enough high-quality protein and essential minerals, your legs become physically incapable of supporting your weight, and the risk of a fall multiplies exponentially. Your body is shouting this truth to you. These are physical cries for help that you cannot ignore. Expanding on sarcopenia. The fear of falling is rational because the loss of muscle mass, sarcopenia, leads directly to impaired balance and reaction time. Your muscles don't just provide strength. They are crucial sensors that feed information back to your brain, allowing for instant postural adjustments. When they waste away, this communication network fails. You become slow to react to stumbles, turning a small trip into a catastrophic fall. Beyond protein, the critical micronutrient often overlooked here is zinc. Zinc is vital for protein synthesis and the repair of muscle tissue. Without adequate zinc, the protein you do eat cannot be efficiently converted into muscle fiber. Sources like oysters, red meat, and pumpkin seeds are essential to give your body the tools to halt and reverse this muscle wasting process and secure your balance. Does getting up from a chair produce a grinding, crunching sound in your knees, as if something is breaking inside? Do climbing stairs feel like someone is pounding your knees with a rock, making it impossible to stand without support? The root cause is a severe shortage of vitamin C and collagen, which most people critically underestimate. Many associate vitamin C only with cold prevention, but this narrow view is incredibly harmful to your joints. The cartilage and ligaments within your knees rely on collagen for lubrication and repair. When vitamin C levels drop, your body simply cannot manufacture new collagen. The result is dry joints, bones rubbing against each other, and chronic, debilitating pain. To avoid this misery, making foods like citrus fruits, berries, and bell peppers a daily priority is not just advice, it's a life-saving necessity. In the silence of the night, when your sleep is repeatedly broken by a strange restlessness in your legs, a frantic impulse, sudden muscle spasms, and the overwhelming need to constantly move your feet for relief, do not mistake this for simple fatigue. This is a definitive sign of restless leg syndrome, RLS, a condition that systematically destroys your sleep, your mental clarity, and your daytime energy. Imagine being completely exhausted, lying in bed, but your legs are forcing you to get up or twitch them nonstop. It steals your peace. The main culprit? A magnesium deficiency that most people never think to check. Magnesium is the essential mineral that calms nerves and muscles. Its absence causes nerves to send erratic signals, muscles to involuntarily tighten, and the pain and cramping to spike dramatically at night. This lack of deep, restorative sleep hinders your body's ability to repair itself, leading to chronic fatigue and irritability. Natural sources like pumpkin seeds, peanuts, and dark leafy greens can slowly bridge this gap and return the gift of deep, healing sleep. Finally, let's address a massively overlooked but catastrophic cause of lost leg strength: poor circulation to the lower extremities, often dismissed as just being run down or old. When your leg muscles cramp, the skin becomes pale or cold, the color changes, and intense fatigue or a burning sensation, called claudication, sets in after walking just a short distance. This is a clear indication that your cells are starved of necessary oxygen. This condition doesn't just weaken your legs. It places a tremendous strain on your heart and entire circulatory system. When your blood thickens or plaque begins to accumulate in your arteries, this vital life flow cannot reach the end of your limbs. Vitamin E plays a crucial role in fighting this specific problem. It helps keep blood flowing smoothly, strengthens red blood cells, and actively prevents the formation of dangerous blockages in the arteries. As a powerful antioxidant, vitamin E supports the health of blood vessel walls, ensuring consistent circulation. Natural powerhouses like almonds, walnuts, and sunflower seeds are superior sources that, with regular consumption, can help reawaken the energy in your legs and restore your freedom to walk without tiring. Ignoring these signs is dangerous, as poor circulation is a direct path to severe heart disease. Vitamin E's arterial shield. The function of vitamin E is to act as a lipid-soluble defender, protecting the fatty cell membranes that line your blood vessels from oxidative damage. When artery walls become inflamed and damaged, they are the perfect target for cholesterol plaque to adhere and begin the process of hardening, atherosclerosis. By maintaining the integrity and elasticity of the vessels, vitamin E assists in achieving optimal blood viscosity, reducing the stickiness of platelets. This is not a supplement to take lightly. It is a critical safeguard against the silent buildup of plaque that chokes off life-giving blood to your legs. Consistent intake, alongside cardiovascular exercise, is the only way to ensure your legs remain well oxygenated and strong enough to carry you forward. The deep and comprehensive information shared today by Senior Secrets Health 365 is not just generic advice. It is the essential roadmap to an active, independent life. We've uncovered that vitamin B12 is a nerve's insurance policy, vitamin K2 is calcium's strict traffic controller, and magnesium is the bedrock of your peaceful sleep. By adopting the right nutritional strategy, you can protect your strength, joint flexibility, and the ability to move without reliance on others for years to come. Remember, treating an illness after it appears is always a less effective strategy than reinforcing your body with the correct nutrition before the crisis hits. A little proactive awareness, the right diet, and a commitment to movement today can save you from dependence in the future and protect the dignity of your later years. The choice is yours. The time to invest in your health is now.